I have a new deep cycle rechargeable battery from Dr. Prepare. It's a LiFePO4 100 amp deep cycle battery, and I got it about 2 weeks ago and I've been testing it. But let me tell you a little bit about it before I get into my opinion of it, and there'll be specifications here on the screen and in the description below. There'll be information about it and where to buy it. Actually, Dr. Prepare sent it to me, so I'm testing it out for them. But I have some big marine batteries that I bought from Walmart, and there's two smaller ones and one really big one. So I'm actually comparing it against those types of marine batteries. First thing is, this little piece right here comes separately. So make sure you have it because you plug it into the top. And then there's the on button here. And then back here, this is the battery tester. And there's 4 different lights that shows you about how much it's charged. There's some cables that come with it, but the one for sure, I believe, is the USB-C cable. And you plug it into a regular outlet and then plug it in here. And then it'll charge it up. It's not like the marine batteries that I have, where I have to have a charging device and then I have to hook up the cables. Just like you would jump start a car, I have to hook them up to these 2 points here. And I charge them at home. But with this, I take it in the house or have it in the garage. I plug it into a regular outlet and it charges it. My only caution there is I think it takes a little longer to charge this than when I have my battery charger at home. And of course it's plugged into an outlet too, but then I have to hook it up here. But I think it charges slightly faster. Don't take my word for that, but I just think it does. There's several connections here, and one is if you have a cigarette lighter, something to plug in like that. And then there is the USB-C, there's another USB-C, and then there's a regular USB outlet right there. So there's really 2 USB-C ports here. Over here, there's something else. I don't know what you call it, but I think it's the same thing on this side where you can plug in the cigarette lighter to it. Here's what I really like about it so far, though. It's so convenient when I just plug it into an outlet, and then if I don't have a lot of things to charge, I can use the connectors that are right on this battery. And I can charge up pretty much what any camper is going to need unless there's multiple people in the family or the group. I also have an inverter that gives me some things where I can plug in regular plugs like I would at home. And then that inverter has a USB plug-in, at least one, and then I have a USB hub. Now you guys know with my YouTube channel I am charging a lot of things up, whether it's a microphone or cameras or a drone or my laptop. A lot of times I have my laptop out here, and so I am working off the laptop and I'm charging it from the marine battery, and eventually now it's going to be this battery here. If you want to see what it's like charging the other battery and how it's set up, check out that link right here and in the description below, and you'll see how I set everything up with a marine battery. I did take some pictures at home how I had this set up, and what I had was my inverter was sitting right here and it was plugged in. You have to plug it into these stubs or whatever you call them on the battery, and I plugged them into my inverter, and then from my inverter then I plugged in multiple things, plus I plugged in the USB hub. That USB hub has about 6 ports, I believe, and then on the inverter I had 3 plugins, regular plugins like you would use in a house. And then I have at least 1 USB. So as you can tell, with all that, plus with what's on this battery, I was charging like 10 things at one time. And I was charging things over about the 3-day period, and I didn't run out of battery. It ran down maybe about half. But on one day, about 24 hours, I set my laptop up. I was running that laptop off of this battery. And again, all of those 3 days, it ran down to about a quarter or maybe a half. Normally, I run my laptop almost the whole time I'm out camping because I'm downloading videos and I'm editing and all that. When it's dark outside or bad weather, then I'm using a lot more juice from these batteries. What happens with my marine battery from Walmart is I get about 3 days on the big one. I get about a day and a half maybe on the small ones. So I haven't fully tested this yet, but what it looks like is I'm going to get 3 days, maybe 4 days, and you'll see more videos of this battery in the future. But again, the specs are on the screen, but I think this battery is slightly lighter than the battery I got from Walmart. And the convenience is so much better when I can plug right in from the wall in the house or in the garage and charge this thing up. Or if I'm only going to charge a few things, I don't need my inverter and I don't need my USB hub, I can just plug it in right here. So my very first impression of this battery after charging for 3 days and then having it out here, I really like it. And I'm going to run through a lot harder tests on it where I'm charging a lot more things in the future. And I'll follow up with more reviews and thoughts on this battery, so keep an eye out for those videos. Well, thanks for joining me, and if you have any question, you can see all this information in the description if you want to learn more, if you want to buy it. But again, so far, I've been really impressed. Thanks for joining me out here in Colorado, and I'll see you back out here soon in the next video.